I've actually been vlogging for about 30 days, and I'm gonna give you kind of the behind the scenes look in terms of why I actually decided to do this. And then at the end of the video, I will talk to you about my exact results. So if you've never visited before, make sure you like this video and also subscribe, and then you will get notifications every time that I do post a new video. So basically today I'm going to be drinking a gallon of water every day for 30 days. So today I'm going to be talking about what those effects were, both with my physical health, but also with my mental health as well. So I'm going to kind of give you a backstory real quick. Is basically a couple months ago I started getting a lot worse anxiety. I typically do deal with anxiety, and it kind of does come and go. I always have it a bit, but sometimes it'll be a lot worse. And a lot of that is because of grief and trauma in my past. My husband did pass away, and that's kind of just been something that's been continually with me through my grief journey. One of the things is I used to be a student athlete. Growing up through university, I've always been a very athletic person. Now I climb mountains all over the world. So again, that does make me have to train hard and all those kind of things. So one of the things that I noticed though was lacking was my amount of water. Just sitting here with my cup here. I guess I always know, everyone knows, drink 8 cups of water a day, all these kind of things, almost like a more water you're drinking, the better, all these kind of great benefits. But for me, I kind of was noticing in the morning I was waking up very thirsty. And so in my mind, I was like, oh, I bet I'm not drinking enough water. And this was during kind of an anxiety phase that I was going through. So basically what happened was I measured out, this is my normal drinking glass. It honestly was like a free little thing the first time I went to my dental company. And they gave it to me. I like drinking out of a straw. Again, I'll get into that a little bit later in the video, but I kind of just measured how many, it's 12 of these equal a gallon. So I just decided that next day I was gonna have 12. I actually posted on my Instagram stories and had quite a few different replies. If you're not following me already on Instagram, you can follow me by clicking the link below. But basically a lot of people were like, oh, how are you liking it? Are you having to pee all the time? Yes, I was. But basically they were just asking kind of some questions, and I ended up going on the next day saying that I was gonna drink a gallon the next day as well, because for some reason that day I actually had, for some reason my anxiety felt a lot better that day. And I'm someone who, I don't know if this is the reason, but I'm gonna keep doing whatever that is helping. So I ended up doing it the next day. I again went on Instagram stories that next day, and more people asked about it. So I decided for 30 days to do it. I do actually do a ton of traveling. So when I find like kind of when I'm situated at my desk all day, it's a lot easier to get in your water. But if you're traveling, especially if you're in like a foreign country where the water isn't healthy to drink, it ends up being a lot more difficult to actually get that water in. So I ended up booking a last minute flight to Hawaii, which is super, super cool. And I was there for 2 weeks. So during these 30 days, one of the weeks I was actually in Hawaii. So that's super crazy. But I actually loved it because then I was challenging myself to continue drinking a full gallon of water every single day, even when I'm on vacation. So throughout this, I feel like at the very beginning of them, I was kind of like trying to video myself. And then I realized after like a couple of days that it was like, you're just videoing yourself doing the same thing, drinking water all the time. So basically I just kind of like just did every now and then. You'll see my change of outfits or a little bit. But it ended up being like, this is gonna be the world's most boring video. But I am just taking some quick videos for you, just so that you can kind of see, this is what I did, this is kind of how I did it, this is how I broke it up throughout my day, especially around my training program. And then at the end of the video, I will come back and let you know how it all went and what the actual results were, which actually were super, super interesting. So stay tuned, enjoy guys. Hey friends. I am just going to randomly share something. So, I don't know, these pants are just so bright, and for some reason I'm just loving these kind of things. Anyways, so lately, I'm always someone who, if I like start my day on a positive note, start doing things, I'm like, yeah, this is so much better. So lately, I've been just like drinking 3 to 4 glasses of water like the minute I wake up. And I just feel like it puts me on a better note. And like, obviously for health reasons, it's always good, but I just feel like it's like good for my mind. It just kind of like puts me in a good mood. So random life hack, start your day with a bunch of water. You feel good. So I am cooking breakfast right now. So my entire morning routine is that I wake up, I have 2 of these, so that's 4 cups. I go out for a run most mornings, and then I fill this back up, and while I'm cooking, I need to finish this. So then that's 2 more cups. So even by the time breakfast rolls around, which is around 7:30, I've already had 6 glasses. So it's just kind of being consistent throughout the day. So this is day 7 for me. It's going well. So I'm at my dining room table here, just finished my breakfast. I did have another one during breakfast, so that makes me at 4. It is just over 8 a.m. So now I'll probably just kind of like drink a little bit more slowly and get my work done. For anyone who doesn't know, I do work from home. Kind of also makes it, I guess, just easier always carrying this around. I have a little office upstairs, which is probably where you've seen me for the most part, but just giving you a little bit more in depth today. So this is, like I said, day 7 going well. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm happy that I'm doing this. Like I said, I've always been a water drinker. I've always found it very beneficial, but just kind of being able to fully document it, especially because I wasn't in the best of places when I actually started this, and I'm not really doing this as much for the health side or like the benefits of like losing weight or anything like that. I'm doing it more for the mental health side. So I'm glad I'm documenting this. Cheers. It is the morning-ish, kind of gotten some work done, went for a run of day 8. I'm almost done my 3rd one. I feel like I'm slacking a little bit today. I just like had back-to-back meetings, but now I'm ready, gonna go fill up my 4th one, and that one I should get done pretty quickly. It is 9 a.m. And I find, especially like right now, I'm located in Arizona, that especially when I'm running outside, I just need a lot more water. Hey guys, it is day 9. I just got back from running. I'm just sitting here getting a little bit of work done. So a couple things is, yesterday I started my day, and I said that in these videos, is that I started my day and I didn't quite drink as much water in the very beginning of the day, and I drank like the normal amount during the day. So then it became like 6 p.m. and I go to sleep early, by the way. Not 6 p.m., but I do go to sleep more earlier than the average person. So 6 p.m. rolls around and I'm just like, oh, I have like 4 more cups, which is 2 more of these to drink. So I didn't drink quite as much in the very beginning of the day, which is kind of my go-to, which is how I started this whole thing. And I could totally tell at the end of the day, then I just kind of had to play catch up. So I was very diligent about starting my day today, back to drinking 2 full ones of these the minute I woke up. So I am, like I said, it's 4th of July. I'm gonna head to the gym, especially since I'm probably gonna eat a lot of barbecue tonight. So I just quickly wanted to show you what I'm wearing because I think I'm hilarious. You see my white little scrunchie, got my red shirt, even my blue water bottle, well, drink, and then got some bright blue pants. I'm pretty stoked on this. I had wanted to bring this and my phone to document some of my 4th of July, just so that you could really see that I actually did bring this. But it was just kind of awkward to actually pull it out. But I did bring it. I filled it up 3.5 times and throughout the whole party, and then just got back by like 9:30 or something like that at night. But I feel like, honestly, if you're like this, using one too, it kind of looks like a party cup, so you just kind of like fitting in. But I felt like I just crushed it. I was really proud of myself, honestly, just still to be having like a day of fun and not just sitting like kind of at a desk and like in a gym where it's easy to grab your water. I was just kind of in a social situation that I could bring it. So I'm super excited. So now I just feel a little bit more confident too going into my travels. So. Okay, also one more thing is I was thinking about this, so I went and grabbed it. And for the most part, I always just like drink water. I've never really been a big juice drinker in my life, but at the same time, I know, especially if you're trying to get a full gallon in every day, it can get kind of repetitive with the water taste. I've never really been someone who struggles with that, but I do understand it's a thing. A lot of times, if I'm gonna do like a really, really long hike one day, I will add this, which you can get so many different kinds and so many different flavors, and this is just like the cheapo Walmart brand, but mine's just like raspberry lemonade, and I'll add it a little bit to my water. So I'll do that on long hikes when I just don't really feel like drinking water, I guess. It just like is a little yummy, so then I end up drinking a little bit more water. That's only if I'm doing really long hikes. So I did have this in my house, and so I just, for some reason today, I'm like, I'm gonna add it, and then I'm gonna talk to people about it. So if you are someone, you just like, and you can like, it's 24 servings, and I think it was like $3. But you can like do even like a half a squeeze or something like that if you don't want it as sweet. So would highly recommend, especially if you're doing any kind of water challenge where you get frustrated by so much water. So I haven't updated you guys in a couple days. I just felt like I was always saying the same things, but I'm just over 2 weeks in now. I'm feeling really wonderful. I'm super excited, but I did just get to Hawaii, so what I had been drinking out of wasn't really optimal for just putting on a carry-on. So I have my regular like hiking water bottle, so I will be switching to that for the next week just to finish this off before I get my overview. So I'm in Hawaii now, super beautiful, excited to go explore with no water. So since I travel so much of my life, I love working out while I'm on the go still, but I did want to say that I got a PR, personal record, in almost all of my lifts over these 30 days. Once again, not sure if it was the water, but I was so excited. So I hope you found those videos beneficial just to give myself credibility for actually drinking. I definitely noticed myself running to the bathroom a lot. One thing about your bladder is it actually will kind of assimilate to its surroundings kind of thing. So the more water, kind of if you're doing it suddenly and you're not used to drinking that much water, you'll find yourself peeing a lot more. As the 30 days went on, my bladder kind of like adjusted, and it was like used to a bunch more water coming through it. So it actually caused me not to have to pee as much. And I've always noticed that through my phases of trying to drink more water in my life. But it actually is 10 days after that 30-day challenge, and I am still drinking a gallon of water per day. And there is a reason for that, and it was because I noticed so many great beneficials. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is physical. So I do not weigh myself. I just find that more of an unhealthy thing for myself. If I do, I kind of end up focusing on the numbers on the scale too much. I also don't measure myself, which I could, but since I'm not like, my goals are more like to do things focused, I try to look more at that compared to kind of what my body's doing. So, but what I did notice was my tummy got a lot tighter. I'm someone who I store my fat more in the bottom half of me, but of course, like everyone wants the best kind of abs they possibly can. So I definitely noticed actually my waist did shrink in a little bit. I would say that just by looking in the mirror. All my clothes fit fairly similar, but I would say I probably did lose a little bit of body fat, which is always a wonderful thing to have happen. But the main thing that I actually noticed was my mental health. I find mental health super interesting. It's something that I think when people kind of are super real about it, you'll get like all of these kind of maybe applauses from people, but it's just something that isn't really talked about in society. It's starting to a lot more, but it's such a real thing. And I'm someone who, you know, I feel like I exercise definitely all the time. I try to eat pretty well, and still if there's these things kind of like anxiety still going on, then they're actually more of something going on inside of me, or of course grief and trauma actually. But for me, I did notice this is my thing, is I don't know if it correlates, but my anxiety has just been so great the last month and a half in terms of barely there. And if you deal with anxiety at all, my heart goes out to you, because it honestly is very, very annoying and horrifying and a frustrating feeling. So if there's something that I can be doing that it's almost like anything natural that I can be doing, I will do. I also really actually like, just a side note, is taking like putting a bit of lavender essential oils on me, but that's another video. But my biggest one actually would be, I mean, I have been drinking a gallon of water. I'm always an advocate that water does so much for your body that you don't even realize. That I am going to continue because I notice my anxiety is honestly basically gone. Like I'm saying, I'm sure I'll still go through anxiety phases by continuing still, even though I'm drinking water every single day and lots of it. But the fact that I really haven't had like a very sleepless night full of anxiety in a while is just such a wonderful feeling. I would say that a lot of people thought that my face would like glow and all those kind of things. For some reason, I actually didn't notice that, which is just interesting since that's probably the first thing that I would think would happen, is just kind of have such just like healthy looking skin. I don't think I have unhealthy skin, but I don't think I noticed a difference with that. My biggest thing honestly would just be my mental health, and if that can be working for me, I'm a very, very happy girl. So I hope that you did find this very beneficial. One of the things that I would also say would be, it kind of, for some reason with me, I really like drinking out of a straw. I feel like I can kind of get more water in, and it's a little bit like easier, I guess, for me. I don't know if that makes sense, or if that's just a Laura thing, or if that's everyone thing, but for me, I really like doing that. So that's one of the reasons I did have this. I also just have a generic water bottle that has a straw in it, but knowing what you like. I actually have a way harder time with like a metal water bottle than I would with like plastic, even though you really shouldn't be having plastic. But like my Camelback water bottle, that's just kind of like a straw inside my backpack for when I'm hiking, that always works really, really well. So little things like that you might not realize. If you're getting super sick of the flavor kind of water, or the lack of flavor there actually is, I did mention this before, but you totally could put like a Mio kind of little squirt. I've gotten them from Walmart if I'm like on a long hike and I want to make sure I'm drinking as much water as I possibly can. So those just kind of make it easier if you're someone who you know that you're going to struggle with this challenge. So honestly, I challenge you guys to go for 7 days with drinking a gallon of water a day, and I'm so curious on the results that you will have. If you plan on doing this, please comment below that you're gonna do that, and even if you can follow up either on my Instagram, you can send me a message or comment it below how the results were. I would honestly love to hear. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your week, and rest of your summer. Bye guys, keep living life.